everyone, and welcome to Annotating a Text with Mrs. Brown. I wanted to do this just as a review because it's probably been a while since you annotated something that you were reading for a class. And I also wanted to introduce you to how we will be doing this using a Google Doc. So normally, obviously, our text would look something like this image on my slide. Highlighting, lots of little marks, underlining, arrows, and lots of margin notes in different colors. But since we are going to be doing everything online, we will now be annotating and highlighting on a Google Doc. So I will be showing you how to do that. Before I show you how to do that, though, let's just review what all is involved in annotating a text and what I will be expecting when I tell you to annotate a text. So I am going to expect you to use these two strategies, highlighting and margin notes or comments. So for this class, if you're asked to annotate, these are the two that you must do. Highlighting. So as far as highlighting goes, I recommend using the colors to draw attention to important information. You should probably highlight key details or important information. You can highlight author's claims. So if the author makes a claim or states an idea that's important to the article, you might want to highlight that. You also might want to highlight how they support that claim or idea. So their evidence, their examples, the statistics that they use, because those might be helpful in your own writing or when you are creating your own ideas about the topic that you are reading about. For example, in the article Puritan Roots, we are reading to learn about the Puritan history and their belief system. So we should probably highlight key details about their history, right? And we should also probably highlight key details about their beliefs. We could separate these two ideas or topics that we are highlighting by highlighting them in different colors. So for example, you could do key details about their history in yellow, and then key details about their beliefs in pink, something like that. In addition, I do expect that you use margin notes, and these are comments or observations that you put in the margin comment section of the text. So margin notes typically include paragraph or section summaries. This is my favorite because I can go back and look at those summaries if I am trying to find a piece of information that I'm going to use in my own writing or my own presentation. Whatever I'm using this article for whatever assignment. So I use those paragraph or section summaries a lot. So this paragraph was about blah, blah, blah. You can put your questions about a claim or a piece of information. So if you see a piece of information that's interesting to you, but maybe it's not quite clear or you don't understand something, you could put a question in that margin note. You can also put your thoughts on the information or argument being presented. So if you disagree, you could put why. If you agree and you have something that maybe builds on the idea that the author put in their article, you could put that in the margin notes as well. So just some ideas. I'm going to show you how to annotate on a Google Doc now, and I'm going to show you how to do that using the article Puritan Roots by Matthew Plunkett. So you can see that this is the Google Doc with the article on it. I'm going to use this first paragraph as an example. So if I was reading this first paragraph and I wanted to highlight this first sentence, as it has something to do with the history of Puritans, I would hover my cursor over everything that I wanted to highlight. I would come up here to the little highlighting tool, highlight color, and I would change the color to yellow. All right. You can use any color. I recommend it being a light color so that you can still see the text. So for example, if I came down here and I was like, ooh, this sentence is a really good piece of information about the Puritans' religious beliefs, I would again hover over that and maybe I would use the color green. That's how you highlight. So as you go through and you're reading your different texts, you're going to be wanting to use that tool, highlighting. If you accidentally highlight something and you don't want it highlighted anymore, again, you just hover your cursor over it and you hit none, right? So now I just took that highlight off. Let's say that I want to add a margin note about this section of text that I've highlighted here. I would, hover over it, whatever I want to do. I'll come over here to this little plus comment symbol, and I'm going to add a comment. So this quote says, along their worldly possessions, individuals and families carried to the American colonies their spiritual beliefs, including their deeply held convictions about witches existing as ready instruments for the devil. Okay, so that's interesting to me. So I'm going to put over here a brief summary of what I read. Puritans believed that witches were instruments of the devil. Now, maybe I have a question about that, right? How does the devil, according to Puritan beliefs, convince people to become a witch or instrument? And then I can add that comment, right? So there you go. And you can see where what the comment is attached to. I'd keep reading and I would keep doing that, adding comments all over my text. That is how you annotate a Google Doc. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me.